everybody, welcome back to the Shiny Shiny Black YouTube channel. I'm Nate, and I'm excited to be here with you today. I want to kind of introduce on the idea that what we're going to be doing here on this channel is not necessarily new to us, but it's helping. I've realized that this is kind of like a new kind of channel that doesn't really exist on any of the social media platforms in the way that we're thinking about it. And I want to explain that to you. So one of the things that happens is all of the social media platforms, they have these sort of interest categories. And if you make a channel that fits neatly into one of those interest categories, then they push it out to different people who are interested in those types of categories. And we don't really fit very well into those categories neatly, the way that would be convenient for us. And let me explain how. So sometimes we do our Sparkling House videos, and those would fit really neatly into like home renovation, DIY home repair, remodeling, HGTV kind of stuff. And it would be really easy for YouTube to promote that and slot that to the people who are really into that kind of a thing, or historic homes. Like, that's all like a neat category that YouTube or Facebook or Instagram all understand that really well. And there's a ton of people who do that kind of a thing really, really well. And that is not what I'm here for. I like fixing up my old house, but it's not a channel that I want to build that like when I finish this house, now I have to go do another one. That's not really what we're about. So Amber and I are really about this idea of life as art, right? And depending on how you think of it, you can think of just that humans are wired to be creative and to innovate and to make things better or improve things, or to take something. We are really good and adept at taking something, maybe something old, maybe something that is a material, and turning it into something, right? And for me personally, how I define art or creativity is the idea that that because everybody is kind of wired that way, we need to be better at honoring that in ourselves, right? And it doesn't mean that like you have to be a painter or you have to be a musician. It can be that you remodel really old homes, right? It can be that you fix up cars. It can be any number of things, but it's an expression of your personal interest and your creativity. What do you see in the world that you can make better or more interesting or more exciting, and bring that to the table, right? So, excuse me. That's really what our channel is about. Along the way, my chosen expression is music, and I have always sort of operated under the premise that I make music and I help other people make music. And so the channel is really about that expression of creativity and working towards cultivating that within ourselves to make it more pronounced, to make it more complete, to make it more its full and complete version of itself within each person, right? And so that's what I'm excited about. That's what this channel is. And because of that, it's got music, it's got home renovation, it's got all kinds of things that are creative, and they don't all fit into neat categories because we're all more interesting. I'm not just a musician. I'm not even just a singer or just a guitar player. I'm also a drummer. I'm also a record producer. I'm also a mix engineer. I'm also a touring front of house engineer, which is the person who mixes shows for live bands, right? So I'm a bunch of different things. I'm also a closet theologian, and I have a lot of interest in politics. And I'm like to think philosophically, right? So this channel is Amber and I's attempt to take all of the pieces of what we do professionally and put them into one space, or creatively and put it into one space. And so it's going to have kind of three main components to it. And I want to tell you what those are. But first, I want to say that if you are into that, we need to help the algorithm understand this kind of new category of channel, right? So the best way to do that is for you to hit thumbs up on this video, to subscribe to our channel, and make sure you click all. That otherwise it just chooses when it's going to show you stuff, rather than you telling the YouTube platform, hey, I really want to see everything that this entity is putting out, right? The other couple of big things that are really huge help to us with that are for you to comment. So if you see something in the video that you think is interesting, leave a comment below. Tell us how you're doing. Tell us how your week is. I don't care if you tell us how your dog's doing, but those kinds of comments, even if you're like, I don't like what you're talking about, that's totally okay. Put it in the comments. That actually helps us a ton. And if specifically we cover a topic that you think is useful to other people, share it with people. Just grab the link, send it to a friend. And all of those things are huge. One of our first goals right now is to build the channel up to 1,000 subscribers, and so that we can start to earn money. And I'll explain more about that in just a minute. And also begin to attract sponsors to help us pay the bills, So what this channel is going to be comprised of is Sparkling House, like our renovation, our work on this house. It's going to be Shiny Shiny Black, the art that we make, being put out into the world in the form of music videos and live performance videos and all of that. The other thing that it's going to include is like music tech reviews and music tech, like kind of how-tos. I'm very interested in the idea of helping and empowering people who work in music to do more and better at what they're doing. And any information that I've learned over the last 35, 40 years of doing this, if I can offer that and it's helpful to you, great. I'm real excited about that. And let me just share for a second, one of the things that I've run into as a conundrum in the last 10, 15 years that I've really struggled with how to balance is that I really believe in sharing information, sharing knowledge, sharing wisdom, right? If I know something about how to make a guitar sound really good, or I know something about how to learn how to play the drums quickly, or I know what kind of speaker you should buy for your band, those are all things that I love to share. And along the way, I realized I was giving away a lot of time and a lot of information to people for free. And at a certain point, I realized, like, man, I'm giving away a lot, like a lot. Even yesterday, I spent over an hour on the phone consulting a friend of mine on how to project manage recording an album, right? And I did that for free. I didn't ask them for money. I didn't, whatever. And it's not bad for people to ask for money for those things, but it does get a little awkward when you've been giving that kind of information to your friends. And then all of a sudden one day you're like, hey, so can you pay me for that now that I've been giving you for free? And the reality is I don't want to do that. I don't want to have people have to pay to have a conversation with me. I don't like that kind of approach to relating to people. It can become very quickly like super transactional, and that just is gross to me. Like, it just grosses me out. But at the same time, like, I have a lot of valuable information that's worth something, right? And what I would like to do is build up this part of our channel to be able to continue to give that information away, right? And one of the ways that I can do that is if we can get ad revenue from YouTube, or we can get support from Patreon, or we can get sponsorships for our videos, I can continue to share that information and give it away as a resource to the music community. And I'm real excited about that idea. I'm really excited about the possibility to share the information I have and still be able to help the people who need it the most, which oftentimes are not people with resources. Maybe they're just getting started. Maybe they don't know anything about the music business. Maybe they don't know haven't got any gigs yet, or they just need to make a demo really quick and get it out for booking or whatever. And those are the people that I want to help the most. And that's the kind of person who's like, maybe they're dipping their toe or they're not sure how much they can or even should invest into themselves in that area. Those are the people that are the least likely to be able to pay for that or hire me to consult or that kind of thing. And those are the people who need the most help. So I want to continue to help people who are at that place, and give them information and help them along the path and give them the journey along being creative and working in music, right? So because of that, I really have a high priority on building the channel into being monetized, meaning people pay me because the channel exists, not because you called me about what kind of delay reverb pedal you should buy. So anyways, if that's a vision that you're excited about and you think, oh man, this is cool, it's awesome to see Nate and Amber stepping out into this space and doing stuff, we could really use your support. The biggest ways, Patreon is huge. We have a Patreon. You can get to it through our website or through any of our socials and just support a little bit. And a whole bunch of people supporting a little bit makes a huge difference in our ability to continue to do this work. You can buy merch from our website. That's huge. Another really, really significant thing that you can do, doesn't cost you anything. Sign up for our email list and let us stay in touch with you and share with you what we're learning, what we have to share, and stay in touch with you. And one more big thing that I'm going to ask is, we also like to do house shows. We like to come out and bring music to you rather than asking you to come to somewhere where music is normally shared. Both are equally valid, but I think it's kind of exciting sometimes to step into your space and play music for you and your friends, and step into that space. Also, if you know of a venue in your area that you think we'd be a good fit for, we'd love to talk to you about that. So all those things are ways to help. Now I want to help you back. So if you are particularly a musician, somebody who's interested in creativity, whether it's production, mixing, what is mastering? I get that question all the time. What kind of delay reverb pedal do I recommend? How do you play with a metronome? All kinds of things like that. I'm happy to share. And I'd love to do that. So anyways, remember, we're about this art thing, life as art, and I'm just real excited to get this going and to share this idea with you, and look forward to hearing what you think about it. All right, see you real soon.